everybody, it's Paige Evans, and I am so excited to flip through and show you every piece of my 14th collection with American Crafts called Garden Shop. 14th! I've been doing this for 7 years with them, and every time I get a new collection in the mail, it's just like Christmas. So let's dive right in and check out all of these beautiful, pun intended, products. Let's start with the 24 double-sided pattern papers first, and then we'll go into the paper pads, the stickers, the embellishments, and all the fun things. In my Garden Shop collection, there are 24 double-sided pattern papers. Let's flip through them all. Paper number 1 has a cut apart on the front, so it's got a bunch of different sizes, perfect for making a mini album or cards or pocket pages. And I really love all of the B-sides in this collection. This one has a beautiful periwinkle floral background. Always going to have lots of florals. That's just how it is, my friends. I need flowers always and always. I've got an orange on the back, so I'll be using this for Halloween projects for sure. Bubbles in a watercolory rainbow, so it'd be kind of fun to fussy cut all of these out and reattach them onto a different colored background cardstock. Lots of ideas. Here's that periwinkle blue again. I love it. I was saying in a live yesterday that it's the exact same color as our foyer, so one of my favorite colors. Wood grain in a rainbow of stripes, and this one is teeny tiny colorful hearts on a white background. I love having just little bits of interest on the backgrounds for B-sides. Here's a black and white floral, and some of the little insides have pink and yellow and orange. It'd be fun to watercolor in these flowers or use colored pencils or crayons. And a really beautiful pink with a subtle pattern on the B side. So I love using cardstock for my background, but then also B sides with a subtle pattern just also elevates it just a little bit more. You might notice it also has a little bit of an ombre, so it's kind of more orange on this corner and then goes to more of a purple pink down at this corner. Beautiful leafy paper. I really want to embroider this paper. In fact, I really want to embroider basically all of the papers in this collection. I think that would be an amazing challenge to embroider all of these papers. The only problem is the time factor, right? I think each one would probably take around 24 hours to poke the holes and then embroider, but it would be amazing to have a whole scrapbook filled with embroidered papers. So that front side, the A side, was sunflowers, and we got a matching yellow on the back side. Some daisies, which is fun. I have a niece named Daisy, so I can use this paper with pictures of her. And then a green polka dot B-side. So many ideas for this paper. I love using lots of color and patterns on my pages, if you didn't know that already. So I tend to go for the papers that have all of those things all on one paper. So this got lots of ideas for cutting it up, punching it out, using it to back cut files, etc. Okay, here's one of those papers that I instantly want to embroider. Has a running stitch in a whole bunch of different colors, all of the colors from the collection. Well, not all of the colors, but a lot of them. And it would be so easy, albeit time consuming, but it'd be one of the easier papers to embroider since it's just a basic running stitch along the whole background. Buttons on the periwinkle background. Polka dots. I want to do a French knot in the center of all of these polka dots. See all of the ideas, all of these ideas. Stay tuned. Here's a fall floral. So it includes sunflowers and a couple different other colorful flowers. And here's another kind of ombre, so it's a little orangier down to a little purpley. Letterboard background, so I envision fussy cutting all of these letterboards out and using them as accents. And an orange checkerboard background. Here's another cut apart paper. So many ideas for this one. Tags. You could make a mini album, just punch a hole through the tops of the tags, string them onto a binder ring, add photos, good to go. I really want to pair this black and white striped paper with orange pattern paper to create a Halloween page. So stay tuned, my friends, stay tuned. I've got so many ideas for all of these papers. It really is like Christmas, getting a new collection and all these ideas. And here's a mini leaf paper. So very fall oriented, but also like this paper, this B-side doesn't scream fall, right? So in addition to fall, it could be used for everyday layouts. So that's what I love about having collections, which are semi-themed, but also including colors and patterns that aren't strictly fall. Birds and leaves, and then a cute yellowy polka dot on the background. Frames filled with flowers. This is going to be one of the first papers I use. I just know it. And then stripes. So you can either have them going vertical or horizontal, just depending on which way you want your eye to go. Here's another paper I want to embroider. Oh my goodness. I want to stitch around these hearts. I want to stitch on all these lines and cross stitches. And a salmon-y, pinky orange, very subtle floral pattern on the back. Button flowers, just cute. I want to use this to back a title. Got a green leafy background B-side. Placemat paper in all the colors. So again, this is going to be great for just getting all of the colors on a layout. So you can punch teeny tiny shapes from all of these squares. I have a feeling I'll be using this one sooner than later for sure. Here's a periwinkle polka dot B-side. Another floral, you know who I am, florals, florals. And then a pink checkerboard B-side. Paper 21, can I just say it again? I really want to hand stitch this one, embroider it. Fairly simple, it's just time consuming, just poking the holes around and then stitching it. And I love this gray that's included in the collection too. A yellow floral B-side. More buttons and a rainbow, so it'd be fun to put a cut file on top. Still noodling with this one, or fussy cutting them all out, placing them back on top of another paper, the same paper, and you get really cool dimension. Periwinkle, this color, it's everywhere and I love it. Okay, look at all of these sentiments. This is a lot of bang for your buck on this paper. You can cut up all of these sentiments and use them, you know, put them like in a little cup or something. Where, look, I've got a periwinkle bowl. How perfect, it matches perfectly. So I can cut all these up, put them in this bowl, and then when I need a sentiment, I can find one for sure from this paper. And the B-side is another orange, so definitely want to use this for Halloween and fall. And the last paper, but not least, it's my signature paper. I always have a paper with lots of different patterns. Perfect for, you know, getting the overall vibe, overall feel, look, and colors of a collection on one paper. And then it's great for punching, cutting them up, using them to back a cut file. Instead of cutting into all of the full 12 by 12 pieces, you can use this paper to still get all of the patterns and colors on one layout. And then the B-side is a really pretty pink, pretty in pink. Let's look at the specialty paper and the paper pads. Here's the specialty paper in Garden Shop. It's a floral transparency with copper foiling, and it's the thicker transparency, so it's really great for making mini album covers. Yes, please. So gorgeous. Now we'll bring in the paper pads. The 6x8 paper pad has 36 sheets, and some of them come with the copper foiling, so we'll just flip through. These little hearts, some of the hearts have the copper foiling. We'll see if we can get it to shimmer and shine. You'll see, I think all of these patterns in the full 12 by 12 side. Some of the stitching on here has got that copper, the periwinkle, and the scale is shrunk down just a little bit. So it's great for card making. Here's some of those copper foiling. card making and backing cut files, so you get more of the pattern in a smaller space. The leaves have the copper foiling, green polka dots. So flip on through. So here's those sentiments, even smaller. Really great for card makers. Ooh, look at the black and white floral is all done in the copper foiling. Some copper foiling on these sentiments, the cut aparts, and then it repeats. So there are 36 papers to each of 18 designs. Wonderful. And then we have the 12 by 12 paper pad. There are 48 sheets. So you get every pattern that I just showed you. There's 24 double-sided pattern papers, and this is 48 single-sided papers. So there's, pros and cons to getting the 12 by 12 paper pad. It has the white background, but sometimes you feel bad cutting into a double-sided pattern paper, right? When you really love both sides. So you can either get multiples of every sheet of paper, which is always a good idea, or you can grab this 12 by 12 paper pad. The quality is still really great, and then use this for all of your scrapbooking, card making, mini album, home decor projects, because normally you don't really see the back side of your layouts. If you have another layout on the other side of the page protector, or if you're making a mini album, you can sandwich the pages back to back. So my paper pads are single-sided. I know some of the others in American Crafts are double-sided, but I love that I get all 48 designs in one paper pad. So those are all the papers. Let's bring in some stickers. The alphabet stickers are kind of sherbet colors, pastel. They have gold copper stitching lines, and then they are based on pink foam. So pink foam topped with cardstock, and yep, love the copper foiling stitch marks. There's another set of stickers, which is sentiments. It's also got a foam base. This is the white foam core topped with the cardstock sticker. And I just really love the colors of these. So you're getting a good variety of color, and some of them are warmer, some of them are cooler colors, and I love how we've filled in all of the spaces with teeny tiny hearts. There's also 6 by 12 cardstock stickers, so you get a variety of the florals and leaves, and then of course some cutesy little animals like chickens, roosters, a dog, and I was telling people last night that I want to get chickens just so I can use these chicken stickers, and I was hoping that my daughter Jane didn't overhear me, because I know if she heard me say that, she would hold me to it. So I'm not really gonna get chickens, but if we visit a pumpkin patch and they have a petting farm, a petting zoo, can always add a chicken to it. So, and then kitties, this kind of looks like my Rachel, and 2 different kinds of puppies for all my animal lovers out there. And of course, if you go to a farmer's market, you can find a spot to use that sticker, and buttons in the mix, hearts, leaves, all these beautiful things. There are even more SKUs of stickers. Garden Shop includes an 8-page sticker book. So let me place these down so you can see them. 4 of the pages are transparency, and then 4 are cardstock. And what I love about the 8-page sticker book is the scale. So with the thickers and the die cuts, the images are a little bit larger. So you add your larger embellishments first when you're scrapbooking, and then you can bring in your teeny tiny embellishments. I feel like you can always find a spot to add a little tab sticker, a little semicircle sticker, a little button sticker. So I love having larger embellishments and smaller embellishments. Look at these mini alphas. So you can have your main title with the thickers, and then you could have a subtitle with these teeny tiny alpha stickers. And they also have copper foiling stitch marks, stitch lines on them, just like the larger thickers. So this, and this one, these 4 are all the transparency stickers, so they're clear, and these ones are all the paper cardstock stickers. And, you know, I know there are some people who are wishy-washy about transparency stickers, and I'm right there with you. I actually like my stickers to be opaque instead of transparent. So what I like to do is put these on to smooth white cardstock, and I'll rub over it with a bone folder so that you don't see that kind of filmy look, and then fussy cut it out so they become more like die cuts instead of transparency stickers. This whole sheet is done in the copper foil, so it's really shiny. So those are all of the pages in the 8-page sticker book. We also have a SKU of layered stickers. Let me get these out of the way so we can really focus on these. So these have a few different layers, and there's foam in between so that they have a little bit of dimension, and they're just beautiful florals. Give me flowers, always and always. There's another set of layered stickers. These ones are butterflies, and they have 2 layers. So there's a cardstock layer and then a vellum layer on top, which also has glitter. So butterflies, I can always use butterflies on my layouts. I've made many butterfly pages. Another kind of sticker, we have epoxy stickers, although I would probably call these enamel dots, either or, and they all have buttons, buttonholes. So again, when I scrapbook, I start with the larger embellishments first, come in with the medium-sized embellishments, and then finish with the tiny enamel dots or epoxy stickers, because you can always find space to add just a little dot here and there, create a visual triangle, and help draw the eye all around the page. Let's bring in die cuts. For my past few collections, we've had 2 SKUs of die cuts, floral die cuts and ephemera die cuts. So let's go through the floral die cuts first. In addition to singular flowers, there are also flower buckets, bouquets, kind of wildflower looking pieces, hanging baskets, and a variety of leaves. There are 50 pieces in this floral and leaf die cut set. There's also bunches of florals, so you can layer these up. And I always get multiple packs of floral and leaf die cuts. They're just, what do I say? I love flowers so much, so always love having multiples of these flowers and giving them life and texture by bending up the edges. And look at these pretty watercolory leaves. I love this color palette for fall. There's herbal tea. Here's another floral bunch, floral bucket. Still got my flowers here in Colorado. They're all still hanging in there. We'll see. It was exactly 2 years ago today that we got a freak snowstorm. So I'm just waiting for the day when we get our snow and the flowers are gone for the year. But I've always got paper flowers. That's what I love about these. If I can't have real flowers, I've got paper flowers. So those are all of the floral and leaf die cuts in the ephemera, or excuse me, in the floral and leaf die cut set. Now we'll go through the ephemera die cuts. Here is little Amy. She's one of my kittens. Oh, sorry, technical difficulties here. Get my fingers underneath so we can go through them all. So heart button, and then there's a little kitten if you're a cat person, a dog if you're a dog person, a couple different kinds of buttons, and then all these things that you'll find at a flower market or just remind you of fall sentiments, journaling spots. It's always great to have a spot to write your journaling and tell your stories. Another letter board, and some titles. These are perforated, so you can easily fold them and then tear them off to use. I like writing dates, stamping dates on little spots, little labels like that. A few different kinds of houses and a birdhouse. Here's a truck that you can fill with pumpkins if you go to a pumpkin patch. I love this phrase. If friends were flowers, I'd pick you. Here's a, oh my goodness, what's this drink called? You'll have to tell me in the comments. I'm having a moment. Some pie, perfect for Thanksgiving. more journaling spots, and we're almost done. I'm rooting for you. And there we go. That's all the die cuts. There's 40 of these ephemera die cuts and 50 of the floral and leaf die cuts. We got 2 more embellishments, and then we'll be done talking about Garden Shop. Here are the 8 washi tape rolls. This one has leaves. Here's the periwinkle polka dots, rainbow stripes, rainbow buttons, florals, of course, pink stripes. This is orange leaves. The leaves are really subtle. And then the birds and leaves. The last SKU of products, there are 39 products in total in Garden Shop. So last but not least, we have 3 envelope stencils, and I'm super excited to use these. You can make mini envelopes with coordinating cards, and look at all of these stencils inside that you can trace with fine-tipped markers and pens, and then have fun coloring them in. Okay, my friends, that is Garden Shop in a nutshell. Let me know if you have any questions about anything. It is now available at scrapbook.com, and a cherry on top. So I will leave my affiliate link to both of those places in the comments. And happy shopping. Thank you so much for watching, and I cannot wait to start sharing projects made with Garden Shop, and also going to put in a plug for our Garden Shop weekend. So we're teaching an in-person event here in Colorado in November using Garden Shop. Oh my goodness, I forgot a SKU. I'm so sorry. There are acrylic stamps here. Bonus! Here's the bonus product. There is a set of acrylic stamps. And I love how they filled in the acrylic with color, so it gives you an idea of how to color them in. So I've actually used this stamp set. Let me bring it in really quick. So here's the card that I made with this stamp set, and I really just used the colors that are shown on the acrylic to color in my flowers and leaves with colored pencils. Okay, so that's the last product. Thank you so much. I will leave appropriate links in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you again with my next collection in 6 months, and then a Christmas collection next year. I'm so excited. Got the green light finally for a Christmas collection with American Crafts. So stay tuned, my friends. Have a happy scrappy day.